Welcome to this episode of Dinner with a Side of Murder. On tonight's menu, we have Cacio Pepe pasta with a side of Richard Ramirez, the Night Stalker. It was 1984, California, when Richard Ramirez would begin his reign of terror that would span 1 year. Richard began his life in El Paso, Texas, being raised by an immigrant father from Juarez, Mexico. His father abused him daily throughout his life, mentally, physically, and sexually. To help himself cope, he confided in a cousin who had just come back from the Vietnam War. This cousin suffered many mental problems due to the atrocities he witnessed in the Vietnam War. He himself committing atrocities in his own right and photographing each one. He showed his 12-year-old cousin things that would shock you. And Richard was only 12 years old. All of these things helped shape how he saw women and how he saw people in general. And it affected him deeply. Richard began his life of crimes to fund his addiction. Angry at the world, he decided it was time to take it out on everyone. And when it came to killing, he was not biased. He killed children, women, men, the elderly. It didn't matter. He was out for blood. He had bloodlust, and it was disgusting. He was also deeply interested in the occult, which also attributed to the way he performed his murders. Richard was heavily dependent on drugs, which is why he began breaking and entering so that he could support that habit. Eventually, this would warp into his deviant acts of violence against everyone. He finally gave in to his deviant thoughts and desires when he murdered a 9-year-old Chinese immigrant in the basement of his apartment building. He brutally assaulted her, stabbed her, and then hung her. He was known to use various acts of violence and weaponry. He would use machetes, guns, knives, anything he could get his hands on, he would use. He was caught August 21st, 1985, after killing 13 people and raping 11. He received 19 consecutive death sentences, but would die a beautifully agonizing death from cancer. Enjoy your meal. Good night.